Hey guys, welcome to Open Doors podcast again. I'm here with Mr. David Marlow. How you doing today, David?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, tell us a little bit about you and your background with the real estate.
I started real estate, I believe it was 2015. Um, Honestly, like in 2010 when I bought like my second house, my aunt was my realtor and she was like, "You'd be really good at this." She's like, "Why don't you try it?" Because I mean, up until that point,
Mhm.
I believe I was 31. I had been doing sales since I was 23 for food service sales, and so she knew I was in sales. So she mentioned it. I thought about it, and then honestly, a few years later, 5 years later, I was like, you know what, let's try it. And I mean, still doing it. So
Yeah.
I've done better with real estate than I've ever done with anything. So I really enjoy it. But it really just came from my aunt making a suggestion. I was already in sales.
Mhm.
And then when I looked it up and I read about it, I was like, it'd be kind of cool to work with somebody like them trusting you with the biggest, purchase they've ever made in their life, their biggest asset. So to me, that's an honor to help somebody with their biggest asset, their biggest purchase. So that's why.
Okay. So, I guess that will kind of probably be the most part you're passionate about. I guess you would say is helping other people.
Yeah, helping other people. I mean, helping people see, like helping them see their, the realization of a dream, where they become a homeowner.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. And really just, I mean, honestly, like just seeing them smile at the closing table
Yeah.
and achieving such a big goal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't realize, like the day they say, "Oh, I want to buy a house," and then they start with the loan process, and then everything that goes into it is really a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that first couple of weeks they're drowning and everything. And you see them stressed, you see them worried, you see them go through all these emotions, knowing at the end, like me personally, I try to show that emotion with them because I
Hmm.
know they're feeling it,
Yeah.
but I know they're going to get through that, and I know they're going to get to the closing table, and all those frustrated emotions and everything's going to go away, and they're going to be happy. So I just try to keep them even keeled throughout the process and knowing that they're going to smile and be happy and have their new home. That's
Yeah.
why I do it.
Okay. Yeah. I know from my side. I mean, starting out, it's always very stressful for people,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're coming in first time home buyers, especially. I mean, they don't know where to start or where to
Nope.
begin. So that's why I try to, like, whenever I have a new client come on, I try to make sure that they understand like what the steps are going to be, like what's going to happen, because they're just going to be like, what do I do? So I mean, it's important to actually inform and educate people, because if not, I mean, they're going to get discouraged, and most likely they're not going to want to do the thing.
Yeah, you got to set the expectations.
Yeah.
I tell them before I even send them to you guys. Like when I send the loan officers, I tell them, look, they're going to ask for a bunch of paperwork. They're going to ask for the same thing 5 times. You're going to get
Yeah.
frustrated, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just their job. They have to get different documents at different times. I was like, I always tell them like this is how it's going to be. So I try to set those expectations. Um, but if you do that and you kind of let them know that they're going to get frustrated, then later on you can remind them, say, "I told you he's going to feel that way." And every
Yeah.
time you get a laugh
Yeah.
because they realize like he told me this. Okay, he knows what's going on. He's got this under control.
Yeah.
But they pretty much almost every time they'll laugh when you say, "Yeah, remember I told you this how it's gonna be,"
Yeah.
and they realize that.
Oh
So
yeah. I try to get everything up front first. I just tell people, be like, this is what we need, and we'll go from there. And if there's anything that the underwriter comes back with, I mean, we gotta get it done. So
yeah, I
I
mean, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
oh yeah,
You
no.
gotta do it.
Yeah.
It's not on you guys, and that's just like with us. I
Hmm.
mean, like sometimes we get, especially when you get into negotiations part, like they expect certain things of us that, it may be a part of our job, but it's not completely. Like, we don't have control over everything.
Yeah.
Like if this person doesn't agree and it's not a part of Section 4, we can't force them to do it.
Yeah.
It's a negotiation. So yeah, I mean, setting expectations is the number one thing.
Yeah, for sure. So is there any specific marketing strategies that I would say that you use to find your clients?
I would say I probably do mine a little bit different than a lot of people. I mean, I really just blow up social media.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure that every client that I work with knows that I truly care.
Yeah.
Like at some point in time during that process, they're going to see me in a moment to where they like, oh, he really cares
Mhm.
because he's putting in this extra effort. And I try to make sure that they see that because 80% of a realtor's job is done behind closed doors. They don't see all the extra stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So it is good for them to see us battle for them and go to bat for them
Mhm.
when the time comes because that's what gets you referrals.
Yeah.
Because when they see that and they see that you worked hard for them, then they have no issue going telling somebody else about you because they know that other person's going to have that same experience. So I would say mine is just work really hard, blow up social media,
Mhm.
and referrals come,
Okay.
and people see you and they want to work with you.
Okay. So I know you've been doing it for a little while. What would you say your long-term goals as far as a realtor would be?
Real estate changes. Like the
Hmm.
market changes constantly, so
Hmm.
you have to change what you do. A year ago, I was pushing to get those 250 to 400 because that was your
Yeah.
median house. They were going off the shelves.
Yeah.
Now I'm focused on 250 and under because that's the market we're in.
Hmm.
So a lot of it's going to be determined by the market. But my ultimate goal is I would like to, and I'm going to get my contractor's license, and I would like to develop communities for people that are in the, like I would say, the baseline new construction,
Hmm.
but not just build that house like everybody else is building, build a step up,
Yeah.
because I've seen those CDs and I know what builders make.
Yeah.
And I've seen on houses that are 150,000, they were making 80 grand.
Hmm.
So if they're making 80 grand, they can put 10 extra $1,000 into it, make it a little bit nicer, a little bit
Yeah.
more quality of a home, and still make 70 and still do fine. I would like to come in and offer a really good product for that entry level price point,
Hmm.
for people that are out there trying to realize, the American dream of owning a home. And then, of course, I would like to do a bigger subdivision with a nice, fancy, custom, nice houses. But
Yeah.
I would say become a developer and really just hone in my skills as an investor and actually build my own portfolio instead of helping other people build theirs.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would be my
That's
ultimate goal.
that sounds like a great idea. Um, I would say that's probably. I would say we're probably about the end of that. I just wanted to get a few questions, kind of get you on, kind of let you talk about yourself. Um, so yeah, guys. So we'll see you next time. Stay blessed.